Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 22nd of August 2023 and unfortunately guys, the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is not looking good at all. The global cryptocurrency market is down to $1.05 trillion, so we'll definitely go on and discuss what is going on in the global cryptocurrency market, and there is also some drama going on between SEC and an investment management firm, and looks like the SEC is after Titan Global Capital Management as well. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And look guys, if you go to the Security and Exchange Commission website, they do have clear guidelines and requirements on what is it that investment firms need to follow in order to ensure that your protocol or project is not a security. So we'll definitely go ahead and briefly touch base on that. And guys, via Twitter, hashtag Binance is trending. So I was really curious to check what is going on in the world of Binance. Because look guys, 2023 has not been one of the best years for Binance. So in today's episode, we'll go ahead and discuss three possible reasons as to why Binance is trending. The first one I can think of is news regarding Europe, where they've gone ahead and limited withdrawals. And the second one, guys, is regarding checkout.com, and looks like they have taken a decision to distance itself from cryptocurrency exchange Binance, so definitely not ideal. And the third news, guys, is more to do with an hack that is kind of working on Binance BNB bridge. Now mind you, this is not Binance BNB chain's fault, but more of an exploit that has happened on the Binance bridge. So we'll definitely touch base on all these 3 points. And look, as artificial intelligence has definitely taken the world by storm, and Imperial College of London, they have also partnered with AI startup. So we'll go ahead and discuss where does artificial intelligence and blockchain technology merge with this news, and we'll go ahead and explore what that news is all about. And towards the end of the episode, guys, we're also going to be discussing one news regarding the co-founder of Ethereum, that is Vitalik Buterin, and he has actually sent $1 million worth of Ethereum to Coinbase. Does this mean that there is some indication of the price of Ethereum to fall down? That is definitely a mystery, so we'll definitely touch base on that news. And guys, regarding Metaverse, looks like China is definitely trying to be the world leader in Metaverse development, and unfortunately guys, they're working on social credit system to be incorporated into Metaverse, so highly controversial topic, so we'll definitely go and explore that news. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, and both the news guys have to touch base with Saudi Arabia. Now the first news guys is regarding IR4 Labs, and they are enabling first blockchain ticketed events, and they are doing that at the Web3 Summit blockchain and beyond, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore. And to be honest guys, I really am not sure if you do actually require blockchain technology for it, or NFTs for that matter. Is it much better to do it on the current existing system? So we'll definitely touch base on that point as well. And the second news guys is more of an article which is written by Financial Times, and the article actually states that Saudi Arabia and UAE are in a race to buy Nvidia chips to power AI ambitions, so definitely powerful news. And to be honest guys, the Biden administration did actually mention in the New World Order chips would be one of the factors that will determine which country is taking the lead, so we'll definitely go ahead and look at that in detail. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's get started with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and Metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee Date has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee Date, so tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee Date, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the Metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the Metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Shalhoub Group, a luxury retail and distributor which is headquartered in Dubai, are getting into the NFT game. And here's the deal, guys. They are not just getting into the NFT and Metaverse space, they are going to be shaping the NFT, Metaverse and Web 3.0 space, which I believe is excellent not just for Dubai and UAE, but also for the global cryptocurrency community as well. And guys, Shalhoub Group's Web 3.0 sneaker brand called Soulmates revealed their first NFT collection on the 12th of April. Now what is really interesting is that it's called as Soulmates, so it's spelled as S for sugar, O for orange, L for Larry. Now instead of E, they've replaced it with Web3, and it is the number 3, mates.xyz. And guys, listen, Shalhoub Group has over half a century's worth of experience in luxury goods, and them getting into the NFT space is a massive deal. Now if you're a sneakerhead, you definitely need to check out soulmates.xyz. And once again, guys, the number is 3 instead of an E. It has all the information, and in the show notes below, you'll get all the information. And listen, guys, if you want to be an early adopter, you can also pre-mint it at www.premint.xyz/soulmates. So definitely check it out. And they have a Discord community as well. And guys, Nick, who is the head of corporate innovation at Shalhoub Group and also the co-founder of Soulmates, has a WhatsApp group where he constantly provides updates in the area of NFTs, Metaverse and Web 3.0. So guys, check out soulmates.xyz and be part of the Soulmates OG NFT that is definitely going to shape the industry. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, unfortunately, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is not looking good at all. It is down to $1.05 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.71%. The total cryptocurrency market volume is not looking good either. It is at $29.36 billion. And look, guys, in 2020, 2021, and 2022, on an average given day, the total cryptocurrency market volume used to hover somewhere between the $60 to $80 billion mark. Even $100 billion mark wasn't an anomaly. Unfortunately, the numbers are not looking good, particularly in 2023. Could it be possible that because of artificial intelligence news, a lot of the investments have actually shifted or drifted to artificial intelligence? That's what at least I think so. Now, so far as the cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, since the last 24 hours, it is up by 37.26%. The volume in DeFi is not looking good either. It is down to $2.01 billion. And guys, unfortunately, DeFi is accounting for only 6.86% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. Definitely not ideal. Ideally, guys, the volume in DeFi should be accounting for well over 20% of the total cryptocurrency market volume. I really am not sure if that thing would happen probably by 2023, 2024, maybe by 2025 or 2026. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is well below the $40 billion mark. And as of today, it is at $38.17 billion, and Lido is still dominating so far as the total value locked is concerned, with $13.93 billion locked in his protocol. Now, so far as the decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance is concerned, it is at 9.06%. So look guys, when it comes to DeFi, there are 2 metrics that I'm really curious to check. The first one is the percentage that DeFi accounts for total cryptocurrency market volume. Ideally, anything more than 20 or 40% is great. And the second matrix, guys, is the decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance. I'm a bit harsh in saying, but the number should definitely be well over 40%. Because look, guys, we talk so much about decentralization, we talk so much about Web 3.0, we talk so much about self-sovereign identity, and in order to go ahead and achieve that goal, decentralized exchange dominance should definitely be well over 40% or 60%. The higher the better. Now let's quickly run through the 24-hour volume of DeFi protocols. And the first one, guys, is Uniswap, and its volume is $456.26 million, followed by PancakeSwap at $237.55 million. Maverick Protocol is at number 3rd at $82.47 million, and Core Finance, guys, at $66.28 million, and finally Level Finance at $67.15 million. Now, if you run through the volume of stablecoins, guys, as of today, it is at $28.05 billion, and stablecoins accounts for 95.54% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. And out of this $28.05 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $21.39 billion, Circle USDC is accounting for $3.05 billion, and Binance BUSD's volume has definitely gone well over the $1 billion mark, and that is most likely because we are no longer on a weekend, and the number is $1.15 billion. Now let's look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and unfortunately guys, there is a very high possibility that the market cap of Bitcoin might just go below the $500 billion mark. Definitely not ideal, and as of today it is at $507 billion. Ethereum is at $201 billion, and it's going to be really interesting to check guys as and when the news regarding Ethereum founder or co-founder Vitalik Buterin transferring $1 million to Coinbase reacts, because to be honest there is a very high indication that the price of Ethereum might go down, and because of that the market cap of Ethereum might go down as well. So keep an eye on what is going on so far as Vitalik Buterin's transfer of funds is concerned. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $13.3 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $5.14 billion. The dominance of Bitcoin guys has marginally picked up pace, and it is currently at 49.20%, and Ethereum is down to 19.10%. Now let me very briefly run through the market cap of smart contracting platforms and interoperability protocols as well. And as I already mentioned, so far smart contract is concerned, Ethereum is clearly an outlier and its market cap is $201 billion. Binance BNB chain guys has taken a massive hit. It used to hover somewhere between the $43 to $47 billion mark, but as of today it is at $32.46 billion. And in today's episode we have 3 unfortunate news regarding Binance, and to be honest guys, looks like 2023 is definitely not the best year for Binance. Now Cardano is number 3rd and its market cap is at $9.28 billion. And look guys, if you are someone in Dubai, towards the end of this year, Cardano does have a summit taking place in Dubai, and I did have the privilege of interviewing the CEO of Cardano Foundation, so please feel free to go and check it out, because in that episode he went ahead and explained what is the Cardano Foundation, how it differs from IOHK, and what is it that you can expect so far as the Cardano Foundation is concerned. Definitely a very insightful episode. Now if you look at interoperability protocol guys, Quant is number 1, and if you look at its market cap, it is at $1.20 billion. The second protocol guys is Moonbeam, and its market cap is only at $140 million. Look at the difference guys between the first protocol and the second protocol, almost a difference of 10 times, isn't it? Definitely not ideal. Now the reason why I'm saying the difference is not ideal, because if you understand what Six Sigma is, whenever there is a massive difference between the upper specific limit and the second bracket, it definitely hints towards some kind of integrity issues. I'm not saying that there are some integrity issues, but that is generally what the idea is. And the third protocol is Synapse, and its market cap is $85.01 million. Now guys, before we look at the king of all kings, let me run through a protocol called as Casper, because to be honest guys, I'm pretty much sure I did cover this in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, and that was most likely because the team was in Dubai. So let me go ahead and run through what Casper is. Now the ticker symbol for Casper is CSPR, and it is essentially a blockchain platform that uses a unique proof of stake method for securing its network. And if you look at it via coin market cap, it is definitely in the top 100, and as of today 22nd of August, it is currently ranked at number 83. And Casper guys aims to make blockchain technology, smart contracts and decentralized apps more accessible and efficient. So let me very briefly run through some key points of Casper. Now so far as the launch and purpose is concerned, Casper was launched on 30th of March 2021, and it is essentially designed to promote the adoption of blockchain technology globally, offering a platform for smart contracts and decentralized apps. And so far as its architecture is concerned, Casper has a flexible design that can evolve with user needs. So what it means is that it's built to serve both enterprise and developers as well, solving the challenges of balancing security, scalability and decentralization in one protocol. Now so far as the founders are concerned guys, it is Medha Palekar, who is a chief technology officer, and she does have a very strong background in building software for major companies. And the CEO guys is Meenal Manohar, who has an experience in programming and finance. Now to be honest guys, I particularly don't like when you have a chief technology and CEO. This just means that there is a massive control by a central entity. But let me very briefly run through the uniqueness of Casper protocol, because Casper guys stands out because of its proof of stake consensus, which they claim is energy efficient compared to, let's say, Bitcoin's proof of work, and it is designed to be versatile and supports various use cases as well. And they claim that it offers upgradable smart contracts and predictable transaction fees. And Casper guys also uses a unique correct by construction, also called as CBS specification, for its consensus, And what they claim is that this is what actually helps in rapid adoption of blockchain services for enterprises. Now, if you look at the token supply, guys, initially there were around 400 million CPRS coins, and they were released to the public sale, and approximately 183 million were provided as liquidity to exchanges, and more tokens are held by ecosystem participants, including validators, the foundation, team advisors, and quite a lot more. Now, if we look at the security mechanism, guys, the network security is based on proof of stake consensus, and validators are chosen through token staking, making the process scalable and energy efficient, and it also employs CBS Casper specification for enhanced security. And the goal of Casper, guys, is to revolutionize the Web3 era, offering a powerful, energy efficient, and adaptable blockchain platform. Now, what are your thoughts, guys, on Casper protocol? Now, let me very briefly run through the allocation of the token distribution, because 16% of that is with the developer initiative, 14% goes to non-profit Casper associations, and they had 2 validator sale, and the round 1 had 20%, and the round 2 had 10%, and 16% was given to CoinList public offering, and the advisors for this protocol got 6%, and the team had 8%, and Casper Labs holding at 10%. To be honest, guys, this token distribution is something which I particularly don't like, because looks like this blockchain protocol is highly controlled by a central entity. Now, it could be possible that what they put out to the public, that they're completely open source and anyone can go and join the system, and in reality that might not be the case. As a matter of fact, while I was researching for this podcast, guys, I was going through news regarding Circle USDC, and Circle USDC actually had a consortium, but looks like the consortium has been completely disbanded, and looks like Coinbase has overtaken Circle's role, and Circle will be 100% responsible for the future of Circle USDC. And unfortunately, guys, these are some of the dangers of associations, foundations, consortiums, and holdings as well. Now, guys, let's discuss the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And unfortunately, guys, the price of Bitcoin has gone down, and it is currently at $26,109. And to be honest, guys, I wouldn't be surprised in the next coming days or weeks, the price of Bitcoin will definitely fluctuate a lot. Now, since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.25%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 11.10%. Ethereum is at $1,673. And look, guys, as and when the news develops regarding Vitalik Buterin sending funds to Coinbase, there is a very high possibility that people are going to start making assumptions. They're going to put out their own theories, and that news will actually go ahead and impact the price of Ether or Ethereum. Now, so far as the price of Ethereum is concerned, since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.76%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 9.17%. Binance BNB coin, guys, is at $211, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.09%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 12.22%. Now, in today's episode, guys, let's very briefly run through some drama that is going on between SEC, and look, guys, SEC is aggressively going after Binance, and looks like SEC is going after every centralized entity that is trying to offer services. And the news is that the US Security and Exchange Commission charges fintech investment advisor Titan for misrepresenting hypothetical performance of investments and other violations. And these charges, guys, marks the very first violation of the SEC's amended marketing rule. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the Security and Exchange website. They have clear marketing rule going back to 2020. I definitely do think that every centralized entity that is offering cryptocurrency or blockchain or NFTs definitely need to be on par with it. Now, let me go ahead and break down what this drama is, because the Security and Exchange Commission has taken action against a fintech investment advisor called Titan Global Capital Management, and this company is based in New York, and they provide investment advice through a mobile app. And the SEC guys found that Titan used misleading information in its advertisements, as they falsely claimed high investment returns and didn't provide important details about how the results were calculated. And more importantly, guys, the SEC discovered that Titan advised very high annual performance numbers, like 2,700% for its investment strategies. Definitely not ideal, and it's important to note that these numbers were based on a short period of time and did not actually reflect what would happen over a whole year. And the SEC also found that Titan didn't follow the proper rules for showing the kinds of performance numbers which were updated in 2020. Additionally, guys, Titan also gave conflicting information to its clients about how it were keeping their cryptocurrency assets safe. Now, here's the scariest bit, guys, because they also had statements in the agreements that made it seem like clients couldn't take legal actions against them, even though that wasn't true. Definitely not ideal. And Titan, guys, also didn't have the right rules in place for its employees who traded cryptocurrencies. So look guys, whether you like SEC or not, the SEC does want investment advisors to be honest and clear in the communication with the investors. In this case is a warning to all investment advisors to follow the required rules, and Titan guys cooperated with the investigations and also agreed to settle the charges, and they will pay a fine and other fees which will be given to the clients who were affected. And the investigation guys was done by the SEC staff, and they also got help from different parts of the organizations to look into the issue. And listen guys, as I said earlier, whether you like SEC or not, the whole intention is to go ahead and safeguard the public. So definitely a right move by the SEC. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding artificial intelligence and a top university in UK. And the news is that Imperial College London did actually announce a collaboration with the AI startup called as Fluid AI, and they're doing that to tackle a major issue in the cryptocurrency market, that is liquidity aggregation. And the university's artificial intelligence lab will be working alongside Fluid AI to improve the tokenized market for institutions, trading platforms and retail investors. And Fluid AI guys says that the cryptocurrency space issue of liquidity aggregation is one of the top priorities. And Ahmed Ismail, who's the CEO of Fluid AI, did actually have an interview with Cointelegraph, and they actually mentioned that with this partnership, they are planning to solve liquidity issues in the industry, which was a primary motivator to start this company. So definitely positive news, I guess. Now guys, let's discuss some drama regarding Binance. And to be honest guys, there are three news that is worrisome for Binance. And the first news guys is all the way from Europe, and looks like there were some withdrawal limits. So let me go ahead and run through what that news is all about. And as we know guys, Binance is a leading cryptocurrency exchange, but they have been facing problem with allowing customers in Europe to withdraw their euros from the accounts. And the issue actually is linked to a payment system called a SEPA or SEPA, which is used for transferring euros, and Binance had to temporarily stop euro withdrawals and deposits through SEPA because the payment provider couldn't support these transactions anymore. And this situation guys did actually upset a lot of customers who couldn't access the euros they had bought on Binance, and they couldn't withdraw the money to the bank account or sell it on the platform due to the issue with the payment account. And Binance guys did actually apologize for the inconvenience, and they did actually tell the customers that they're working on finding a new payment provider to fix the problem. Now mind you guys, this isn't the first time that Binance has had withdrawal problems in Europe. Few months earlier, they had to inform users that the banking partner for euros were ending and the support for the exchange would be no longer continuing. And Binance did actually assure the users that they would continue using SEPA services until the 25th of September, and after that they might need to update the banking details and agree to new terms as well. And unfortunately guys, there is not much Binance can do in such circumstances, isn't it? And Binance also clarified that a message suggesting early closure of SEPA services was sent by mistake, and the services will continue as planned till the 25th of September. And Binance also mentioned that some users might be asked for more information as part of standard checks, which could lead to account closure. But at the same time, they're also working on providing alternatives for users before ending the SEPA services. And guys, remember in May, Binance faced similar issues when they had to temporarily stop Bitcoin withdrawals due to a backlog of pending transactions. And to be honest guys, even Elon Musk did actually mention via Twitter, why is this happening so far as Binance is concerned. And CZ did actually reply to Elon Musk's tweet as well. So definitely not ideal what is going on in Europe. Now the second news guys is to do with checkout.com, and looks like checkout.com has dropped Binance over money laundering and compliance concerns. And checkout.com guys is a company that processes credit card transactions, and they have ended its partnership with Binance, which as we know is absolutely a big deal. And checkout.com was helping Binance handle billions of dollars in crypto transactions, but they decided to stop working together due to concerns about regulatory actions and compliance issues as well. But Binance guys has decided to disagree with the decision and is also considering legal action. Now mind you guys, the partnership between checkout.com and Binance did actually have some problems in the start, and Binance didn't use a security feature called as 3D Secure, which helps prevent fraud and money laundering, and this actually caused issues, and some fraudsters did take advantage of it. But later on, Binance did actually go out and fix the situation. Now despite these challenges guys, checkout.com continued to work with Binance and became the largest customer. But recently, Binance has been facing a lot of regulatory problems and scrutiny as well, and checkout.com had to rethink, and they decided to close its ties with the cryptocurrency world, and they lowered their own value and reduced the involvement in the cryptocurrency transaction. So in the end guys, checkout.com has decided to end its partnership with Binance, wishing them luck for the future. And guys, listen, I was a bit surprised when I actually went through Twitter there were so many tweets circulating regarding Binance, and the third news, guys, is probably the main reason why hashtag Binance is trending on Twitter. Now, mind you, guys, this news has not to do with Binance BNB chain as such, but it is more to do with the bridge hack. And the news is that the Binance BNB bridge hacker hit by $30 million liquidation on Venus. Now, I'll very briefly run through it, because to be honest, guys, it is extremely technical and I don't want to go and explain this on my episode. So what happened is that in a recent incident, a person who had carried a $560 million hack had a $30 million position on the Venus lending protocol, and this position was liquidated during a cryptocurrency market crash that did actually take place on the 17th of August. And the Binance BNB core team, which manages the BNB chain network, manually liquidated this position after the price of Binance BNB coin fell below the $220 mark. And to be honest, guys, they did this in according to a plan proposed by Venus in November of 2022, and this manual liquidation was done to prevent potential problems in the broader BNB chain decentralized finance. And the hacker, guys, had used Binance BNB chain to mint 2 million BNB tokens and then used 900,000 BNB as a collateral to borrow $150 million worth of stablecoins on the Venus protocol. And because of this news, guys, hashtag Binance BNB is definitely trending. And after the recent market movement, guys, the Binance BNB chain took steps to make the hacker's account healthier using a specific type of liquidation, and this was done to fulfill the promise and make sure it didn't negatively impact the Binance BNB ecosystem. Now, unfortunately, guys, if you look at it, looks like there is a lot of centralized decision making going on so far as the Binance BNB chain is concerned, and this, to be honest, guys, is a massive red flag and a definite big no, because this situation highlights the difference in how various cryptocurrency networks handle problems, and Binance BNB chain choose to intervene and take actions which actually help prevent further damage caused by liquidation. But this is in contrast to other cases like Core Finance, where the founder had to quickly address potential liquidation risks in the Ethereum network by selling off his own holdings to pay their own debts, so definitely not ideal. So overall, guys, the incident shows how different blockchain networks can have varying level of centralization and how their response to problems can completely differ. To be honest, guys, I'm a bit perplexed and I'm completely shocked at looking at this information. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding the co-founder of Ethereum, and that is Vitalik Buterin. And on-chain data actually shows that Vitalik Buterin moved 600 Ethereum to the number one exchange in US, that is Coinbase. And to be honest, guys, this is the beauty of open source, isn't it? Absolutely anyone can go ahead and validate these transactions. If you want to go ahead and validate the transaction, the link is in the show notes below and you can check it via Etherscan or any other explorer as well. But the big question is, what does this mean for the price of Ethereum? And some speculations do actually indicate that he could be selling, leading certain people to point out that this is the start of a dumping season. What are your thoughts, guys? Mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding China. And looks like, guys, they are trying to be the world leader in Metaverse development. Unfortunately, guys, they are doing that with a highly controversial social credit system. And looks like they are entering into Metaverse with that as well. And Political Europe did actually publish an article that states that the proposal drafted by the state-owned telecom operator called as China Mobile floated a digital identity system for all users of online virtual worlds or even metaverses, and they recommended that the digital ID should work with natural characteristics and social characteristics that include a range of personal data points like person's occupation, identifiable signs, and attributes as well. And they also suggest that this information will be permanently stored and shared with law enforcement as well to keep order and safety of the virtual world. Definitely scary and spooky stuff, guys, and this, to be honest, is a massive big no. So let me very briefly dwell into this, because China is actively working to shape the future of technology called the Metaverse. And the Metaverse, guys, as we know, is like a giant virtual world where people can interact, play games, socialize, and even conduct businesses using technologies like virtual reality and augmented reality. Now, this might sound like an exciting concept with a lot of potential for various applications. However, guys, a big state-owned company in China called as China Mobile, which is a big state-owned telecommunication company, has come up with proposals about how the metaverse should be managed and governed. Massive big no. And these proposals are being discussed within the global organizations called as the International Telecommunications Union, also called as ITU, and the ITU, guys, is responsible for creating rules and standards for various technologies, including the internet and telecommunications. And the proposal that China Mobile put forward suggests that the creation of digital identity system, also called as DIS, should be used for people using the Metaverse, and this system, guys, would assign a digital identity to each person participating in the Metaverse, and this digital identity would include information about a person's real-world characteristics like occupation and other details as well. And this might be similar to how countries have social credit systems that track the rating and citizens' behavior as well. And one notable aspect of the proposal is that the digital identity information would be stored permanently and could be shared with law enforcement. And guys, listen, the scary bit is this is presented as a way to maintain safety and order within the virtual world. For example, guys, let's say if someone is causing trouble or breaking rules within the Metaverse, the law enforcement could quickly identify and take actions against them based on the digital identity. Now combine them with CBDCs, that is central bank digital currency. This sounds absolutely scary, isn't it? And this approach is raising concerns because it could potentially lead to a situation where people's activities within the Metaverse are closely monitored and controlled 100% by the government. And this is similar to China's real-world social credit system as well, which tracks people's behaviors and can impact the access to various services based on the scores. And China's active involvement in proposing and shaping rules for the Metaverse, guys, within the ITU is a part of a broader strategy. And as we know, guys, China has been working to set global standards for emerging technologies, including 5G networks and the internet, and this is seen as a way for China to promote its vision of how these technologies should work, which could potentially give them a significant influence over the direction of these technologies on a global scale. However, guys, some experts worry that China's aggressive approach within the ITU might lead to a division and disagreements among countries and companies, and this could actually weaken the ITU's ability to create effective and widely accepted standards for emerging technologies. In addition, guys, some critics are also concerned that China's proposals for the Metaverse might compromise privacy and freedom. I 100% agree to it, guys. So look, guys, China's involvement in shaping the rules for the Metaverse and other technologies is part of a larger competition for influence in the technology landscape, with potential implications for how these technologies impact societies and individuals around the world. Definitely a massive big no. Now, guys, let's discuss two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, and both the news, guys, are connected to Saudi Arabia. And the first news is that IR4 Labs enables first blockchain ticketed event and the Web3 Summit blockchain and beyond in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So let me very briefly run through what that news is. Now, if you do want to find out the website is ir4labs.com, and IR4 Labs, guys, is a Saudi-based tech company, and it is introducing a blockchain-based solution for event management. And to be honest, guys, I'm pretty much sure that I did cover a similar news regarding IR4 Labs a few months ago. And so far as today's news is concerned, guys, the first event to use the solution is the Blockchain Research Institute, also called as BRI, and they are a Web3 summit taking place in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the event takes place later in the year on the 19th of October at Four Seasons Hotel. And IR4 Labs Blockchain Solutions, guys, called as DocCerts, will manage event registration and attendance certificates. And so far as the Web3 Summit is concerned, it focuses on blockchain technology, advancements and potentials that are actually aligned with Saudi Vision 2030. And Don Topscott, guys, was one of the leading author of blockchain technology, will also deliver the keynote speech. And the summit will cover 5 main topics, that is blockchain in oil and gas, supply chain management, finance, smart cities, and women in Web3. And IR4 Labs, guys, aims to make blockchain a part of everyday life and supporting Saudi Vision 2030. And the co-founder and CEO of IR4 Labs emphasizes the streamlined and transparent experience, and the co-founder and CTO of IR4 Labs highlights blockchain's benefits in preventing fake tickets and scalping. And the Blockchain Research Institute of Middle East, also called as BRIME, is actually organizing the event, and the website for BRIME, guys, is brimemiddleeast.com. And BRIME, guys, is part of the Global Blockchain Research Institute, and the event will actually showcase successful blockchain use cases, including DocCerts as well. And the summit will host 500 plus delegates and 70 experts from all around the world. And guys, market projections are actually suggesting significant growth in blockchain-based ticketing and media markets. But the big question is, guys, can we not do it on regular sessions? Because look, when you talk about blockchain or using NFTs for such case, it might sound like a really cool concept, but you can actually do all these things much better with much better security. You can also offer NFTs in a centralized software as well. So it looks like this news is just about marketing. And so far as the event is concerned, guys, it is definitely aligned with Saudi Vision's 2030 objectives in emerging technologies, and IR4 Labs specializes in disruptive technologies like blockchain and artificial intelligence. And so far as IR4 Labs is concerned, guys, it is Saudi Arabia's first blockchain technology investment company, and IR4 Labs aims to enhance technology adoption and contribute to Saudi Vision 2030. So in a way, guys, this news looks like a marketing tool, and the summit, guys, does actually aim to drive blockchain adoption and support for Saudi Vision 2030. And the event focuses on real-world applications of blockchain and its impact on various sectors. So once again, guys, the big question is, do we require blockchain technology or NFTs for ticketed events? It would be so much simpler and better if IR4 Labs creates a software and then goes and issues the ticket, because if you look at it, guys, there are only 500 plus delegates. It's not like there are hundreds or thousands of people attending that. And what you can do is, using a central entity, you can also go and issue NFTs and quite a lot of other. And guys, one of the things which I'm hating a lot of the companies don't realize is, whenever you're incorporating new technologies, let's say such as blockchain or NFTs, are they offering a 10x better user experience than, let's say, the current ticketing system? Unfortunately, in this case, I definitely do not think so. But those are my thoughts and opinion on it. Now, whether you agree to it or disagree to it, mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, let's talk about the second news. And this is more of an article which is written by Financial Times, which actually states that Saudi Arabia and UAE are in a race to buy Nvidia chips to power artificial intelligence ambitions. And look, guys, one trend which I've been observing, particularly in 2023, is there's a lot of investments flowing in Saudi Arabia in comparison, let's say, to UAE. And so far as news regarding investments in artificial intelligence is concerned and in chips, Saudi Arabia might just be taking the lead. So let me go ahead and summarize what this news is all about, because Saudi Arabia and UAE are purchasing Nvidia chips for artificial intelligence development amid a global semiconductor shortage, and both countries, guys, aim to become AI leaders to boost their economies. And to be honest, guys, concerns have already risen about potential misuse of artificial intelligence technology by autocratic leaders, and Saudi Arabia, guys, has obtained 3,000 Nvidia H100 chips via King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, and UAE has secured access to thousands of Nvidia chips and has developed its own open source language model called as Falcon. And the UAE, guys, aims for technology independence, attracting global talent as well. And the Gulf state chip purchases contribute to a global tech rush for artificial intelligence development, and Chinese tech giants like Tencent and Alibaba also are seeking Nvidia chips, and leading US companies like Microsoft backed OpenAI and Google owned advanced AI models are definitely heading towards it. And Nvidia, guys, is on the verge of becoming a $1 trillion company. And Nvidia, as of now, ships around 550,000 H100 chips in 2023, and primarily most of them are to US tech firms. And Cost has received 3,000 H100 chips for building its supercomputer called as Shaheen III, and UAE's Falcon model is trained on 384 A100 chips and offer open source access as well. And Western artificial intelligence leaders raise ethical concerns about software development in Saudi Arabia and in UAE. And look, us right now, there is massive chaos going on between China and Taiwan as well. And could it be possible that due to geopolitical situations, we might be heading towards a war between China and Taiwan? And it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how the left-leaning administration potentially might react to the news. Now, so far as the news regarding Saudi Arabia and UAE is concerned, human rights experts worry about potential misuse of artificial intelligence for surveillance as well. And as we know, guys, Gulf states have significant financial resources from energy, windfalls, and active sovereign investment funds as well. And Gulf state affiliate funds approach Western AI startups for code and expertise exchange as well. And guys, OpenAI CEO, that is Sam Altman, was in Abu Dhabi a few months ago, and he did actually praise Abu Dhabi's AI foresight and emphasizes its role in global AI conversation. And he did actually state that Abu Dhabi was doing artificial intelligence before artificial intelligence was cool. So looks like UAE is definitely taking the lead, and so is Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia and UAE, guys, aim to play major roles in artificial intelligence field despite earlier skepticism. So this is an article, guys, which is published by Financial Times. I definitely urge you guys to go ahead and check it. So that's about all, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now, for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Wayne who asks, do you think Binance is heading towards a downward spiral? Now, unfortunately, 2023 Wayne is definitely not looking the best year for Binance. But if you know the history of Binance, they've had similar years as well, where all of a sudden things tend to go really bad for Binance in the following years when they tend to make a lot of partnership. But this year in particular has been really worse for Binance, but at the same time, they're also making partnership. They received a license in UAE. A few weeks ago, they received a license in France, and I'm pretty much sure they received a license maybe in Italy or some other place as well. Now, keeping all these things in mind, this year is definitely not looking good, and the answer is pretty simple, Wayne. Because the SEC is aggressively going after them, it is possible that there are some rumors that the SEC is directly or indirectly going and affecting Binance in other parts of the world where they do not have any direct control as well. I do remember in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, I did cover some news regarding Australia, and there were talks that the SEC in US did actually go and try to enforce that action. But to answer your question, yes, this year looks like Binance is definitely heading towards a downward spiral. And the whole drama actually started going back to September of last year, where they actually had some kind of stable war with Circle USDC. And there are also talks that Circle USDC is the one who's providing information regarding Binance. So it looks like Circle USDC or Coinbase is aggressively competing with Binance, but it's going to be really interesting to see how Binance reacts to this news. Now, one thing which actually worries me the most is the stablecoin. If you look at Binance BUSD's market cap, it is definitely on a downtrend, and people using Binance USD is not looking right. And one thing which I've often mentioned in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast is, if you look at Binance BNB chain's price, it is extremely consistent and looks like there's some heavy manipulation. And in today's news, actually, I went out and talked about how Binance BNB chain just try to go out and manipulate the price so that the price of Binance BNB chain does not go down. So look, to be honest, now I'm not particularly a fan of Binance BNB chain. And if you look at the numbers, they definitely do not match up. And I very specifically remember when roughly around 6 months or 8 months ago, someone did actually ask if Binance is actually bigger than Bitcoin. And surprisingly, at that point of time, Binance was actually bigger than Bitcoin. It is the number second smart contracting platform. If you look at the number of cryptocurrencies and tokens and NFTs taking place on Binance, if you look at the trading volume of Binance BUSD, it was definitely much stronger than Bitcoin. Unfortunately, this year looks like it is definitely on a downward spiral, but it's going to be really interesting to see as and when the news regarding the SEC's involvement and their drama with CZ circulates. And listen, Wayne, one thing you need to understand is Dr. Doom, also called as Nouriel Roubini, is definitely the most influential person in the cryptocurrency space, or should I say the detractor in the cryptocurrency space, because he does not like blockchain technology. He just calls it as a glorified spreadsheet. Now, he's been aggressively against Binance CZ, and what I'd really recommend you to do is go to YouTube and look at what he actually said regarding CZ. Definitely not ideal. Now, you might dislike Dr. Doom or Dr. Nouriel Roubini, but whoever he's gone against, they have definitely ended up in jail. He talked about Arthur Hayes, and after that, Arthur Hayes was criminally investigated. Then he actually told that what Celsius Network is doing, that is Alice Nashensky, is definitely notorious, and he was 100% right, and he actually called CZ the biggest scam of all time, and looks like he could be right as well. But to answer your question, yes, 2023 for Binance is definitely looking like a downward spiral. So those are the questions, guys, on the Ask Me Anything series in Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee Date, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee Date works is, We usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Asking Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.